Good time zone T. I'm Big Wolf Chris. This is the House of Madness. Welcome back to Subnautica Hardcore episode 7. So, we're starting off today looking at this wretched thing. We was going to get rescued. The sunbeam had come into the atmosphere. It was descending down like a pair of beautiful angels coming to pick us up. But no, this had to go and ruin the night. And it destroyed them. Darn you to heck. So we're still stuck on this planet. I should really be more upset at the deaths of hundreds of people. Oh well. Anyway, let's carry on. What we're going to do is we're going to look at setting up a support infrastructure. We're on this planet for who knows how much longer. So, yeah, we're going to have to build a base. I am going to build the base over at the Mushroom Forest. That's new. Uraninite crystal. We'll take it. Let's continue. So we are going to build over in the Mushroom Forest. However, the issue that we've got, and quite frankly, this is a big issue, so we are struggling a lot with resources. We've used up the last of titanium. So what we're going to do is really start off with a bit of a resource run. But I mean, we've seen all this before, so you know what that means. Yeah. So it's time to fast forwards. Okay, right, so here we are. So we are on a little ridge around the Mushroom Forest. This is where we're going to start setting up our new home. This is a place that I really like building. Is it optimal? Probably not. But is it fun? Oh, absolutely. Because we do have some neighbours here. We've got an anthill that we can just see over there. But also, over in that direction, we've got a Reaper Leviathan as well. So, you know, some friendly neighbours over here. It's also a good place for setting up like base camp for certain materials as well, once you've got the prawn suit and things like that. So we're going to keep it fairly simple to immediately begin with, because obviously we are still a little bit low on the resources. So what we'll do is we'll just have that there. That's fine. We just need to find ourselves some quartz. I believe I have some sitting in the sea moth. This I do. Okay, we are going to need to get some more because we're going to need quartz for the solar panel as well. Another advantage over here is further along that way is thermal vents. So we can put a thermal power reactor there and then just chain it. And on there we can see the Reaper Leviathan. There we go. That's our other neighbor. So we are just going to need to find some random quartz somewhere, just so we can get the last of the needed materials for the solar panel, just so we've got a bit of starting power. I'm also going to scan this. That's a moon pool fragment, so we now can set up the moon pool. Excellent. Almost like that was planned, even though it wasn't. Isn't that brilliant? Modification station. Absolutely fine. We need that as well. Excellent. What else have we got over here? I mean, this is a nice place for fragments as well. So another moon pool fragment. So that will now give us some titanium, which we do need. And we're just going to head this way, just south a bit towards the red grass, because that's where you usually find some quartz in this area. And once we've got set up, we'll look at the beacon. So you've got the Dagazi habitat over there, and then you got Life Pod 13 over that way. Yeah, that way. But quartz first. We need to now have somewhere to store our stuff. Is really needed. Okay, so let's see. Now, downside is in the grasslands, the red grasslands, is that because of the way the rendering distances work, it's sometimes easier to see quartz further away than it is up close. As you see, as you get that closer, it's becoming more and more hidden. So you kind of have to maintain the distance and view it from said distance. Is there anything else we can see? Yep, we've got one there. A nice little tip for you. If you're ever looking for quartz around in this area, you just back up a bit. You look around. When you see something, you then just go straight to it. I can see something there. There we go. Let's just scan this. Scan a rune fragment. That should give us some more titanium. Yes, it has. Brilliant. Okay, so that should give us a starting point. So at least have some power at the new home. Now, you may have also noticed that I created some beacons back at the life pod. The reason for this is because, well, it's quite easy to get yourself turned around and get yourself lost and like forget where you've left things. So having a beacon to guide you is very, very useful. So we will be putting a beacon on the home base and any subsequent outposts that we create. And that way we always know where things are. We know distances from things as well. And overall, it should just be really, really handy as a way of keeping orientation and general fixing of where you are in relation to everything else. Okay, so we have returned to the beginnings of our humble abode. We are going to have ourselves a panel, solar panel. Oh, I need to go and grab the copper. Wait, did I not bring the copper with me? Well, that was daft, wasn't it? Okay, never mind. Looks like we have to go get some limestone, which should be all up around here. Let's have a quick look. Now, anybody who knows this game very well knows that we are near that big weapon that destroyed our rescue. We're literally the other side of the island that it's situated on. So if you do need a frame of reference to where I have decided to place the main base, there you are. Right, some copper, brilliant. We only needed one, so let's return. Also got a few bits of salvage around here as well if we need it. So let's just quickly pop that in. There you go, got a little bit of power. Now, due to its depth, it's not going to be incredible. It's just going to be quite small amount by comparison. So we're also going to now want just a locker for now. Doesn't have to be anything special. And it's just so we've got a way just to empty out what we're holding, just to make ourselves a little bit of extra room. I'm going to empty out the sea moth as well. And as we expand this, we will let's actually keep a couple of the batteries and power cells in there. As we expand this, what will happen is we'll be able to have multiple lockers and be naming them so we can keep a better track of, what resources that we do and don't have. Let's put the upgrade in there as well. Let's just put that in there. So we are going to need to go and get some more titanium. I'm going to need to also get some water. We are hydrating. Our hydration levels are not in a good position. So that will be fine. Let's just take them with us because we want to put that away and put one of the nutrient boxes. Okay, so we've got that filled. So yeah, we're going to go and do a bit more of a deep resource gathering. So let's speed it up again then. Okay, and we've just stopped the fast forwarding for a moment so we can just chat a little bit. So what we've got some salvage. We're going to turn this into titanium. Oh no, we're going to need titanium ingots at some point, but also we've come here because, you know, we do need some water as well. So we've got like all this stuff here that we can take over, like the table coral specifically for sure. So what we are going to do is just quickly grab the bladderfish that I put in here. Turn that into water. Let's drink it up. Let's restabilize our vital signs. Now, one thing for water is we could also start doing bleach, and it might be worth us looking at potentially doing that. So what we need is salt and coral tube samples. Now, that's actually surprisingly easy to come across. So first of all, let's drink. There we go. Get a torch out so we can see. We're going to just need to knife this just so we can plant more, which I should have done last time, but I didn't. That was rather silly. We've got some table coral here. So what we're looking for are the big tubes. So just trying to remember where is they in relation to me. There we go. So just knife a few of these as well. So we've got 4. We're just going to quickly turn some of that titanium into an ingot. Oh. Just to ensure that we've got a bit of space. And just turn the last of the salvage into titanium as well. There's also some here as well. So literally right beneath the life pod. Let's get some more bladderfish while we're at it. So for salt, we've seen a lot of the salt up near the grass, the red grasslands as well. So that's absolutely fine. We're not going to like immediately do it because we're not in any urgent need for it, but what I would like to do is just ensure that I have what is needed to get ourselves started on equipment at the new base, so we can make a fabricator. That's going to make us pretty self-sufficient over there. We're also going to want some copper so we can have a radio there as well, just in case we get any more messages. And we also need to find the ability to recharge our batteries as well. That is extremely important that we do that. So I think what we're going to do is, how much copper do I have in general? I have 1. A grand total of 1. Do I have anything in here that I can take with us? Well, let's take the plasticine and the diamonds. I mean, we're going to come back for this stuff at some point. Anyway, take the fiber mesh as well. Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Well, thank you very much. What we're going to do is we are going to head back to the base. We're going to throw a beacon down, and we're going to get the fabricator set, and start making ourselves a little bit self-sufficient over there. I'm also just going to jump a moment. So here we are, right at our base. Just casually ignore how there's suddenly, more power in the power cell here. It totally didn't run out during the edit at all. No, it just magically replaced ourselves. We'll ignore the empty power cell that's magically appeared in my inventory as well. So for what we are going to need to do is get ourselves our beacon down before we forget. Just pop that out there and just name it to home. Lovely. And then we also want to now kick that in as well. We should have enough to actually do a full-on multi-purpose room, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Have it nice and spacious. Lovely. In we come.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you.
Separate work and leisure spaces to maximize productivity. Treat this space as your home, but never forget that it is not.
That's some very good advice, Pam. Thank you very much. So we're just going to stick that in this corner here. And that's going to be our keeping ourselves sufficiently fed. But in order to do this, we are going to need to be planting things. And I'm pretty sure that we can still plant the rotten. We're going to find out. Okay, so switch. And then we need to knife it for seeds, I think. It's going to be the same. Is it going to let me? Yes. Brilliant. And now I can turn 1 into 4. It's just going to take a while for that to grow. We do want a bed here as well. Now, it's very important for beds. We're going to have a single bed simply because that's all we can afford. And, we're the only people on the planet, and we're all alone. So it's also very useful because it helps us skip a bit of time as well. So I can just get ourselves nicely into bed, take a short nap, and we wake up fresh. Ah, yes. Nice and refreshed. Brilliant. And what we'll also find is that time has passed and they've grown a bit more as well. He's very, very handy. And if we pop outside, we can now see it's daylight, where before it wasn't. So, really useful. So what else do we want? Well, we've used up all the titanium that we've got in our own personal inventory. So, did I put any in here, or are we now, done? Okay, brilliant. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is make sure we've got ourselves a fabricator. So interior and fabricator, we're going to have it on this wall here. And we also will want a radio also. There we go. Brilliant. So just in case anyone decides, they do want to contact us, not like it's going to happen. So we also want glass. Now the glass is going to be very useful for certain things because we're going to want enameled glass. So that means stalker teeth, yes. But one thing I would like to actually just check is the moon pool. Let's have a look. So we need lead, another titanium ingot, and lubricant. So we are going to need to go out and get more of those resources. What we're going to do is we're going to throw another locker here as well. And this is actually going to let us just empty out everything we've got. And then potentially, I'm going to say potentially, no, it will allow us to go and empty out the locker over on Johnny. So, yeah. And let's just turn our last blood fish into some water. And we will eat to the nutrient block, have the filtered water. Very tasty, very refreshing. And then we're going to jump back into the sea moth. It's now dark again.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Obviously, we had a late lie in there. And what we're going to do is, we can see we've got salt here. So this is going to let us be a bit more capable of producing water. Allow us to stay hydrated for much longer. So we're going to keep our eye out for potential titanium, potential copper, and salt as well. So that's lithium. We're not going to worry about that for the moment. Let's just quickly kick the torch on. That's salt. That's sand crop. More salt. More salt. Is there anything else that we want that we can see? Not immediately. Let's head back to the sea moth. And as we fill this up, let's fast forward again. Okay, we're just going to stop the fast forward here because this is something that we haven't come across before. So this is an alien vent. Let's scan this. This could be important. So we've got a data download. So these vents connect to an ancient piping network that extends beyond maximum scannable depth. The pumping system is still functional. The inflow vent is drawing water from the surrounding area and pumping it into an unknown location below the surface. Warm, deoxygenated water is being expelled into the atmosphere. Most creatures are avoiding the vent. Peepers can be observed entering and exiting the pipe network without signs of distress. Further research necessary. Okay. Well, that is interesting indeed. We'll see what that potentially is at some point. So let's just hover over this brain coral for a moment. Just have a quick scan of the area. There's... Oh, okay. First of all, let's scan you, because we haven't actually done it yet. So you are scanned and catalogued, sir, and you're also going to get knifed for your trouble for, like, attacking the sea moth. Very, very, very rude. So let's just quickly jump back into the sea moth, and actually we're going to need to repair the sea moth. Tell you what, let's move the repair tool onto slot 4 for a moment. It's that dark, I can barely see a thing here. Okay, right, and how much space have we got? We've got plenty of space, so let's continue. Okay, and here we are, arriving nice, safely and sound, back at home. And yes, so we're not quite full. We've still got like one space. but we've got most of what we need. So you would have noticed as well, we've completed the Cyclops blueprint also. We've got all the fragments. So yeah, we are going to be potentially doing a Cyclops at some point. Probably not today though. Let's you know, not distract ourselves too much. I still want the prawn suit first anyway. So what we're going to do is we are going to have an exterior grow bed. And then we are going to be putting so that and that in there. And then we also want to get the gel sack that we had as well. So the gel sack, which one did I put it in? Actually, did I bring this a gel sack over? I don't think I did. Okay, never mind. Yep, never mind. Okay, so we've got some salt. So we are going to give ourselves some water, which is from the bleach.
Bleach is an essential chemical used for cleaning wounds. And
That's 3 lots. We're also going to give ourselves titanium ingot since we do know we need 2 minimum. And then we can do some disinfected water. And then here's the thing. It's 2 disinfected water per bleach. So we are going to want a second... well, actually, we want multiple grow beds realistically. But if we stick with 2 for the time being, then we have you go... Get that. Okay, it's not going to be quite where I wanted, but it's close enough. And then what we're going to do is we're going to knife them. And this will allow us to basically plant that there. So I'm going, basically what I want is we're going to have like the creep vine into here. We'll go the acid mushrooms and gel sacks into there, and anything else externally will go with the creep vine as well. Now, very important thing to do is you plant the seedlings, not the actual creep vine, for creep vine planters, specifically because you don't get seed pods if you plant just the normal creep vine. So keep that in mind, because you will need it for lubricant, the seed pods. So now we're inside. What we need to look at is getting a bioreactor at some point. It's very important. That's going to help us a lot. We do want apparently we can do a nuclear reactor as well, and we want other forms of power. We don't want to be relying just on the solar panels, especially with us going into the deep. The further down you go, the less effective it is. Once you hit a certain depth, it stops working completely. So we probably want to be giving ourselves more lockers. However, have I gone and been very silly and used up all our titanium already? Oh, I have. Silly me. So what are we needing for the moon pool? I want somewhere to actually dock our pods. So we've got that. It's literally just the lubricant that we're missing. So in that case, since the lubricant, the ability to make lubricant is literally just over here, we're just going to quickly pop over, grab ourselves our first little seed cluster that we can find, and do that now. They just decided to go and have a little playful wrestling there. Let's just come into here. Let's make ourselves our lubricant. Now that will allow us to make a bed. We're going not make a bed. We're going to deconstruct the bed because we're going to move the bed. It's going to allow us to make us a moon pool. And I kind of do want the moon pool over on this side. They're going to let me kind of know. Let's have a look on the outside. Sometimes it will let you do it from the inside, depending on the angles. Okay. That should be good. We're going to find out. Is that going to connect? Yes, it has. Brilliant. So we've now got ourselves a nice little moon pool. And then what I'm going to do, just to help with the power a little bit, we're going to put the solar panels on top of said moon pool.
Warning, emergency power only.
It just kind of looks a bit prettier as well. Okay, we don't have enough to make a second
After
one.
weeks without human contact,
Power
it is
restored.
normal to experience psychological discomfort. Research indicates symptoms may be partly alleviated by adopting a pet or anthropomorphizing an inanimate object.
But unfortunately, I don't have any footballs around, so Wilson's out of the question. So, you know, that's a shame. So let's see, what is there anything else that we want? We want, what one do I have? High capacity, but we want the ultra one, don't we? Which is the next one up. So that needs the modification station, which we can't yet do. And it only needs lithium as well, which we got plenty of lithium around here, that's for sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to potentially go and pick up the mobile vehicle bay and bring it back over here. Let's just use up the last of this just to give us some water. I'm going to throw that in there as well. Okay, and we've killed the power to pull that off. Anything else we want to grab? Yes, take some food with us just as a precaution. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's pull up the posters, you know. And we want the poster somewhere like really nice. So we want to make sure it's somewhere when we're coming to our sea moth when we wake up. So we're going to put that one there, and then we're going to put this one here, and then when this is the big one, we're going to have it on this wall here. There we go. So it's just so it's not taking up inventory space. Unfortunately, you get this, where it doesn't quite go flush to the wall. It is rather annoying. Unfortunately, there's nothing that you can do about it. And it is a shame. It is really a shame. If we want to increase the internal integrity, we can put bulkheads in that, which we actually probably will do at some point. Because it means that we become less reliant on having to spam foundations everywhere. We are going to want a scanner room as well at some point, even though we've got to be careful because we're near the kelp forest, which means the stalker sharks will steal from us, and that's rather annoying. A little bit more than rather. It's very annoying. Right, have got any space I can put that away? Yes. Okay, brilliant. So we are going to... It's night time again. Let's skip forward a few hours. Yeah, get a bit of sleep. Ah, there we go. Right. Okay. Nice and refreshed. Brilliant. So we can now pick up some maple melon. So we're going to pick up 2, and we're going to knife the rest. So we've now got 8. And then that just ups our food a little bit. Brilliant. Brilliant. And we're going to head back over to the vehicle bay. We're just going to do a bit of time travel. Okay, so time travel loop has been completed, and by sheer magic, lots of stuff has appeared in our inventory. So we've got the mobile vehicle bay, we've got the grab trap, we've got the rest of the stuff that was in Johnny as well. So we're going to have ourselves our first dock in the moon pool. So we come in.
Welcome
Brilliant.
aboard, Captain.
And it's all there, nice and docked. Excellent. Now, because of the lower deficiency power, solar power, you're going to see the power's going to drip as this literally drains it to recharge itself. So we definitely are going to need better power sources. But for now, it would do. It's fine. We're going to go and throw this up here. This one, it's kind of going above the moon pool itself. Brilliant. That will do nicely. It's got to be careful there. We are, our neighbours are getting nosy. They're curious on who's turned up. And we are actually going to we're going to take a ride on the vehicle bay. There we go. Look at that. Brilliant. This works very nicely. And then we're going to see potentially about doing a Cyclops and a prawn suit. You had to step into the water just to get back up, didn't you? So, for the Cyclops, we need 3 plasteel ingots, 3 enamel glass, 1 lubricant, 1 advanced wiring kit, and 3 lead. That's going to be a little bit of gathering time. For the prawn suit, we need 2 plasteel ingots, 2 aerogel, 1 enamel glass, 2 diamond, and 2 lead. We're actually pretty close to already having all that. But that is going to be for next time. And we're going to have a nice view of the island there on the our little vehicle bay. Next time we're going to probably look at getting the resources together to make the prawn suit. And then we're going to want another moon bay, moon pool. Wow, English, difficult. Now, if you're interested in more Subnautica and you're interested in the new release of Below Zero, I am streaming that Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays on Twitch at bigwolfchris.net/Twitch. Come along, have a watch. 9 p.m. UK time, evenings. Yes, sentences seem to be very difficult for me to put together today. I'm not sure why. But we also do Tycoon Tuesdays and Thursdays, various different types of Tycoon games, including Airport CEO, Transport Fever, and Planet Zoo. So if you are interested in what other games is on the docket, what may be coming up, what the present schedule is at the time of you watching this video, if you're watching this in the future, come along to my Discord at bigwolfchris.net/Discord and join the House of Madness community. There's lots of chatty people over there, so come and join us. And until next time, catch you later. Okay, so let's like stuff over there. Ah!